Welcome, everyone, to the 10th ever episode of the Uncultured Gaming Podcast, a podcast where I force my friends to play the video games that I love and then force them to have a discussion with me about the games that I love. Unless it's today where I don't get to talk about the games that I love and I have someone else that does that. On today's episode, we welcome our first ever guest, my sister, Gracie Lester. Gracie joins us today to share her thoughts on Animal Crossing New Horizons and how it changed her life for the better, question mark. On top of that, we celebrate hitting double-digit episodes by drinking new beers, yelling our answers to the question of the day, and discussing a little bit about what's new in the gaming news, like Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC coming out pretty soon, and Helldivers II continue to kick ass, but now with more server space, as well as a lawnmower that can play Doom. There's a lot going on, so let's get started with your favorite uncultured gamers. Welcome back, everyone, to a big, kind of huge, kind of big episode. We did it. 10 episodes. Blocked out the haters. Sure, not everyone listens to this podcast, and we're independent, but fuck them. I'm your very calm host, the daddy of the podcast, Helldiver extraordinaire, and the third baldest bitch that you may know, Wilson Lester. And like always and forever, I'm joined by everyone's favorite co-host, the hostess with the most holes, fellow daddy of the podcast, and the tales to my Sonic the Hedgehog, Preston Jacobs. Preston,
What's
how
up,
you
Will?
doing?
How are you?
I don't have time for that. It doesn't stop there. That's right. For the big 1-0, we've got something special for you. Everyone, please welcome our first ever guest, Tom Nook's personal assistant, not Isabella, and someone who fucking ratted on me for having a MySpace and watching South Park when we were very young, my baby sister, Gracie Lester. Gracie?
Hello. I would just like to correct you. It was Facebook. Thank you.
No, it was MySpace. First off, we're not going
was it?
no.
Okay, we won't get into
Listen,
that.
Linda, thank you. Now I can come back and say, how's everyone doing today?
Good.
From out the gate, y'all are arguing.
That's I knew going into this was going to happen. Me and Gracie were just going to go back and forth, and Preston's just in the corner, like, why did I agree to do this?
I'm just here to watch you guys argue. That's the only reason I came
No,
on.
I'm trying to be all business.
All
We got
business. Well,
important
you need to
things.
cut that shit out right now.
Okay.
This is the wrong podcast for
This
that.
is the wrong podcast for that.
I have some serious messages to share to the world.
God.
So
Okay.
Oh,
you know.
That's once again wrong platform for that. But now that we've gotten acquainted and or immediately regret agreeing to join this podcast, that's for Gracie, not for Preston. Hopefully not for Preston. Let's get into some housekeeping. No jokes. I have a feeling no one laughed at the house honking joke I made this week. We can ask Superfan Sam in a second if he laughed at that. But Preston didn't laugh at it, and it hurt my feelings a little bit. But, I haven't reached out to anybody. So, we can figure that out later. Anyways, if you haven't yet, please go check out episode 9, where Preston and I talk about Oxenfree, out on Spotify right now. I'm not biased, but it's a good one. If this is your first time listening, go ahead and cancel your plans and listen to all the other episodes. Gracie's not in them, so if you don't like her, first off, that's very rude, and she will fight you. You might enjoy the other ones, or not. Who knows? Preston's in them.
I'm not
That's
a volatile person.
not yet. You're not. That's true.
Get that one drink in you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday fun day.
Still be sure to follow us on social media. Preston, I know you haven't, but I continue to check the numbers. I know you follow us on social media. Gracie, I don't think you follow us on social media.
Give me 2 seconds.
I'll let her figure out what the handles are. We're on
Good
X,
luck
formerly Twitter.
figuring it out.
We're on Instagram as well. So producing the occasional content. I'm very proud of the one we just posted on Instagram, where it was the story, where it was the how to train your dragon dancing meme. I still think that's meme of the year. I discovered it back in December, and it's just it makes me giggle.
Yes,
it makes me giggle. I can't deny that. Peak art, and of course, rate and follow this podcast. If you haven't, every little bit helps. Please do so we can get sponsored by anyone else besides Preston's mom. It's a reoccurring joke on this podcast, Gracie. We don't have a sponsor yet, but we need one so we can quit our job.
She doesn't know she's a sponsor, but she is.
Have you asked anyone?
No. When we only get 5 listeners an episode, I don't think we can get sponsored.
Yeah, you didn't talk about the numbers, but that's the numbers 5 so far.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. The earlier episodes, get a lot of like episode 1 probably has the most listens. It's really the newest episodes. Everyone's kind of like, I'm good. We still got
people
super
go back and listen. That's why I got so nervous on the first one. I was like, oh god, this is gonna be the one that everybody listens to. It was like, no, we get better. I promise.
Yeah, we do. Maybe I should just delete everything and just start from scratch.
We need to re-record the first. I don't know. Maybe we put a pilot in there or something like that.
Well, episode 1 is null and void at this point because Gracie, we came up with a whole
we
entire
changed
list.
everything.
And then we said,
really?
fuck that list.
That's I think that's the one that I listened to.
No, it was a good. Oh, is that? Do you hear that, Preston? That was the only one she's listened to.
No, that's not true. I've listened to whatever Sam puts on.
Okay. Superfan Sam, please refer to him as that. As Gracie's husband, our superfan Sam. Because we're playing Helldivers, and I made a joke talking about Final Fantasy VII. He's like, yeah, Will made that joke on the podcast. I'm like, fuck, he called me out. I can't believe he did that.
Well, there you go.
Look at him making a reference there.
I know. And then everyone laughed at me because I'm not creative. But anyway, shut up.
You came up with that joke the first time. You just repeated it.
Yeah, I know. And no one listened to me when I told everyone to shut up. It's time to do something new. Not a Ruck the Fuels situation. Grace, if you don't know what Ruck the Fuels is, that's when we break the rules. We say fuck the rules. We're doing something else, but it's censored by saying Ruck the Fuels. We're doing new things. Not Ruck the Fueling, but we're doing new things, and that's with things with a Z. I call it one more question.
There's no music.
Did they go through? Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Damn it! Okay, hold on. We're doing it again. This is so bad. I can't believe I didn't test this. Did it go through that time?
No.
Imagine Daft Punk's One More Time. One more time. I hate Zoom.
You can add it in. You can add it in.
Yeah, I guess it's just gonna be funny now. Like
it just looks like you were dancing with your phone.
Yeah, now we have to release this video because no one's gonna know what it is. I think it's gonna be.
I don't mean change subject, but I just caught a fruit fly with my hand.
That was impressive. But anyways, into one more question. No feedback loop this week. We don't have any time to explain that or why we're not very good at what we do. But plus, it's episode 10. We're celebrating. We're not thinking about the bad times. We're thinking about the good times. But one more question is our new segment, and where we ask our guests to answer a random question to kind of get warmed up and let the audience know more about who they are. I will emphasize that the guests will not see these questions in advance. Is that cruel? Probably, but I'm a slut for good content, so let's go ahead and ask. Now, Gracie, I have 2 questions.
Okay.
You can choose. I'll ask you the one I think is hilarious, and if you don't like it, we'll go to my next question. So really, it's 2 more questions.
Okay.
So first question: why are manholes round?
So they can get you out easier. They can just like grease you right up and pull you out. If it was square, it might hurt your hips. So they were thinking the whole time that there might be someone with a beer belly.
She does make a good point.
That was quick too. That was quick too.
I was
She was
good
ready
at
for that one.
Yeah.
Geometry.
That's the only math I was good at if I read the directions.
That's true. As someone who tried to teach Gracie algebra, it's good that she's good at geometry. Gracie, I know I'm not a good teacher, but also lessers are not good at math. Okay, lessers are not good at math.
Didn't you cite me in like one of your projects as having math anxiety?
I probably did. For everyone who doesn't know, I did a master's thesis on math anxiety. But anywho, Preston, you go.
Was that your first diagnosis?
Yes.
Yeah.
ADHD quickly
Doctor?
after. Oh, what? I thought he was talking about all of my diagnoses. Not your
what other work. Oh no, I have many more. Don't we?
God.
Moving on. Yeah. Next question.
Yeah, let's ask this the one that's more.
He's like, why the heck are you asking me that?
What video game character do you think is your spirit animal?
Oh, dang.
It's a little tougher for Gracie.
This is tougher because I don't play a lot. Like video games give me anxiety. Like I like you make your own. Like I like the Sims, although they stressed me out, so I gave them 0 autonomy. You know,
you piss when I tell you to piss.
I guess if I had to say someone, it would be Red. No. Oh my God, what's another game that I played, Will? Oh,
You
Kirby. I'd be Kirby.
You
I'd be
Kirby,
Kirby.
just a pink ball. Yeah.
Because you can fly in the air.
You can. Fun fact about Gracie: she actually flies in the air, which I don't understand, but
No, I
she.
don't, but I would
Mm.
like to. That's why I would
Oh,
be Kirby.
okay. That's just
I
okay.
don't know
That's.
if there are other characters that would do it, but I don't care to
I
know.
really thought you were gonna go with
Oh,
the
no,
village.
no, 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 no. That a Chow, is that what they're called in
The
Sonic the
Chow
Hedgehog?
from Sonic the Hedgehog. Yes.
I'd be the little baby that lives in little heaven.
The good chows. Preston, did you play
Yeah.
Sonic the
Is that
Hedgehog?
the where you kind of was that from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle
Yes.
where you had
Yes.
to take care of them? Yeah, I love
Mhm.
those things.
Mm-hmm.
Those are awesome.
Yeah, until they try to drown themselves, which they can't actually do.
That was
So like,
awful. It
yeah.
was so sad.
Yeah.
What a good sound effect.
I know, right?
That's what
I'm the local expert.
he's
That's actually a very good impression. I don't need to go look it up. I'll be
he's
disappointed.
showing off right now.
No.
Okay, just before everyone thinks Preston's good. Okay, I need to be on my best behavior because usually, Gracie, I bully Preston these episodes because I don't want him
Yeah,
to
be
leave
nice
me.
to him.
See, now I have to be on my best behavior because
He
Gracie's
gives me Stockholm syndrome.
okay. Okay. Well.
That's not
Anywho,
good,
what
Will.
I don't need this right now. What I do need is a nice cold crisp beer. So
Oh.
with that, it is time to crack open the beers, Gracie. This is what we call tipsy trap.
Oh.
And so
Oh.
what we usually do, we'll put our beers up to the microphone, we'll crack it open. Hopefully Zoom picks it up this time. Last time Zoom didn't pick it up, so I had to fake it and put a noise in there, which is not very hard to find.
Fake it to
But
them?
no, I didn't fake it. I didn't fake it. I took it from my backup audio.
I was about to say you could just go back to an old one when we're actually together.
Yeah, exactly.
One of these days we'll actually get back together,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll see you in
I
real life.
tried. I really wanted to show y'all my island.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it kind of works out because Preston said he wasn't feeling too good. Or
It does.
yeah.
I
So
still got a little cough, but I'm on the mends. But I've been
Mhm.
very low energy this week.
maybe we'll have
no.
Gracie back on again one day, and maybe she can show us
They-
her Animal Crossing island.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about it later.
Anywho, let's go ahead and crack these open. Put it up to the mic. On 3, 2, 1.
Perfect.
Oh.
It's all delay.
Did you just get Sam's? Did you just get beer all over Sam's?
Oh god, I can't wait for Superfan Sam to listen to this and be like, "God damn it!"
Just gonna use my sweater.
Well, while Gracie's cleaning that up, I'll go ahead and go first because I'm pretty excited about my beer. I didn't go to a Publix this time. I went to a liquor store. I knew they sold a lot of craft beer. I'm going to put it up to the camera. This beer is called a Typical Tuesday. I usually get my beers based on how crazy they look. So Typical Tuesday comes from SoPro or Southern Prohibition, which is based out in Mississippi, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I knew, and Gracie's a big Mississippi person because she went to
Hattiesburg is okay.
Hattiesburg is
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
You hear that, Hattiesburg? You suck. But Typical Tuesday is a fancy pilsner. It's a lager, 5% ABV, and it looks very funky. I'm very excited. If it's as good as it looks, I'm in. Gracie, what are you drinking?
So Huntsville's getting a back 40, which I only know them from Beham, but it's a back 40 rolling in the haze. It's tie dye.
Oh, cool.
I almost got a naked pig. I think that's what that one was, a pale ale. I'm not really into pale ales.
See, the naked pig is fun because there's a little pig on the cover looking very seductive.
Looking sassy. I thought it looked like my dog Phoebe, so I almost got it, but I didn't.
Well, I am drinking a straight to ale chill pilsner. It's 4.5%, and it's from Huntsville, Alabama, here local. I have had this before, and I really like it, so I kind of thought I'd go with something I know I like this time.
I'm gonna cut that out. How
Was
dare
I
you,
supposed
Preston?
to
Cut that
say mine's a New England style IPA at 6%. I forgot.
That's fine. No, you're good. I have my questions on here. I didn't do it. Anywho, I always do that, and it's fine.
I will be honest. Sam got me a flight of mini Prosecco's I could try because I got tummy troubles, and sometimes beer does not
tummy
great.
troubles.
But I also have. Shit. hang on.
Shit.
I
Give
have
some time.
out because we're talking about a certain game from Nintendo. It's hard. This is a hard kombucha.
Mm.
It's pretty good. It's from Whole
Kombucha?
Foods.
Mm.
What's kombucha?
It is okay. It's got probiotics in it. It's like fermented. What is kombucha?
Oh.
Bacteria.
It's bacteria.
Was that Superfan Sam?
This is Superfan Sam.
Does he know his name's Superfan Sam?
Are you talking to the Will Lester and the Preston?
Yes.
Oh,
he
got
said-
our stalker. So excited.
He's just looking from across.
Is that
When
the
do
Uncle
t-shirts
Sam?
come out?
He wants a T-shirt. That's the Uncle Sam.
Oh, I do have good ideas for merch. I'll need Sam to draw it, and then he can have a T-shirt.
He did design our wedding koozies, which were pretty good.
That's
Shout out
Is he a
to
designer?
Preston's mom.
He said, "Shout out to Preston's mom." Man, you are a super
Super fan Sam.
Did he make the same joke again?
He did
No.
make the same joke.
Write new jokes, Will.
Right?
I did.
Jokes.
It's a different joke this time. Ask him if he knows about Preston's WAP.
Do you know about Preston's WAP?
I don't want to guess.
He says, "I don't want to guess."
Super fan, I
Is
guess.
We talk a
Super
lot
fan
about
my ass.
that super fan my ass.
Oh,
We've got-
shit.
We've
says,
gotten
"Oh,
off the
shit."
rails so fast.
Okay. Well, I'm
Anywho.
focused. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's go ahead and so what we do to rate it, we take one sip and then you give your rating. Your rating's on a scale of 1 to 10. It's not like the podcast where it's an ambiguous rating. So go ahead, everybody, and take a sip.
Oh, sorry, I put one on the ground.
Hmm.
How many drinks do you have?
Multiple because I wanted
All
a
of them.
variety. A jerk. Okay, mine's
You still
pretty
need
good.
to see what's over here.
What? Oh,
Okay. So
What do you
I'll go
think, Will?
first.
do we
Hmm.
say what
gotta
we
get-
thought?
Gracie,
Gracie, do you want to go
actually.
first? Go, Gracie.
Yeah, mine has an oaky texture of the
Mm.
earth.
Okay,
Maybe
afterbirth.
Oaky afterbirth, maybe perhaps a splash of citrus. And a swan.
I love that.
That's what my
What's-
beer tastes like.
What is your rating?
I'd give it like an 8.
Oh, that's a good beer then. Okay.
I would say a Blue Moon is a 10 though. So I don't know if that
Ooh,
says
kind
it
of set the
about me.
stage right there. That's
Okay.
I feel that.
But Blue Moon is very good beer. All right,
I'm
Preston.
No, that's fine. I love a blue moon.
Mhm. With a nice little orange peel in it. Not orange
Oh,
peel,
yeah.
orange slice. That's pretty
Mhm.
good. All
Orange slice.
right, Preston, what is your rating?
This is a good old classic for me. I like it. It's like it's a pilsner, so it's very light, but it's a little bit richer. So it's kind of like a Miller Lite, but richer is basically what it is, and I like it a lot. 8.5.
Okay. Yeah. 8.5. Oh wow, that's a good rating. Man, I'm trying to be very critical of this beer. I like it. It tastes like it's a pilsner. When I think pilsner, I think of a Miller Lite. It's a fine pilsner, as one of our friends that used to say. And it's good, but you get that taste of it like it's a lager, so it's like I'm confused a little bit, but I like it. So I might have to go. I'm gonna go on the lower end. I want to give it like in the 6 range, but I'm gonna have to go with a 7.1. I'm gonna go with 7.1 for a typical Tuesday.
It's
good.
Tuesday.
And it's in a black can. Presentation's a 10 out of 10. Like
I do
This is
like a
good.
black and hot pink combo.
I know it caught my eye in the liquor store.
It reminds me of softball for some reason.
Interesting.
Did you play
Um,
softball?
No, but our high school had really cool sweatshirts that were black and hot pink, and I always wanted to
Nice.
play.
The baseball team at our high school had like a lot of cool swag. I felt like, well, they had the
Gabba.
get
I
after
feel-
that ass.
See,
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
is that what it means to not get a team attitude?
No,
Because
that's
I say
lame.
it all the time. Oh, okay. Oh, I say it at work.
Gracie signs off on her email. Gotta.
We
Gotta
I've only done
comment
it
Gracie Lester. Gracie Jeffers. Excuse me. You're Gracie. I'm
you
sorry.
introduced her as Gracie Lester, by the way.
I was
And
wrong.
this whole script said Gracie Lester, but that's
That's true.
okay.
That's my fault. Okay, I have Super Wife
Oh,
in
no.
here. Allie. and
Super wife.
Baby
Oh,
Wyatt.
there's the big man.
So
I
Wa-
am Wyatt.
Gracie, last episode, not Wyatt, Elisa rated the beer and
Uh-huh.
everything. It's
We need a wife review.
and so she came in to give her a rating of the beer. So what is your rating?
I give it an 8.2.
Oh wow, way off this
Mm.
time. I gave it a 7.1.
Why?
on the spot. I
Why?
think it's
Will's
good.
a hater.
A 7's good. A 7 is a good rating. in
Name
my
the
That's
opinion.
average.
flavors.
It's an 8.2,
You can't even
so it's
name a
like,
flavor.
It's a good lager.
It's not a lager. It's a fancy pilsner.
But it says lager. It says fancy pilsner / lager.
Oh, I thought it was like a good summer beer. Good hot day.
She
summer
worked
beer.
at a brewery, so
Yes, I know her beer tastes are a lot better than mine. This usually
You're
Preston gets
upsetting
bullied on this
Wyatt.
episode. I'm getting
That
bullied.
explains a lot.
Yeah, Will, what did you think? You invited me.
Not looking forward to the next podcast or any other episodes with guests.
Be
Ah,
nice
God.
to Preston.
He'll leave me.
a
He's
good man,
funny.
Savannah.
He's so funny. I'm so scared he'll leave me. What's up, Papa? Anywho,
Okay.
I might bump it up to 7.5 then. I got my corrected score.
Wow,
7.5 is
he didn't
good.
stand by his
You
word,
graded on the
guys.
curve. You can just say you average the scores.
I averaged, yeah. It's 8.2 and 7.1. What's the average of that?
8.2, 7.1, 7.7.
7.7. Okay, 7.7. There we go. Get out of here, Charlie. It's 2 episodes now where I told Charlie to leave my house. But then,
That's
of
my
course,
Charlie.
dog Charlie, yeah. Oh, God, look at all that water. Shit. Anyway, also, Gracie, if you feel like you need a burp, please burp
Did
into
you
the
just
microphone.
burp into the mic?
Yes,
No.
it's called the Uncultured Gaming Podcast. It's not funny unless you don't. Burp. You have to burp. Anywho.
On
No.
command.
With it being episode 10, we've hit double digits. It's a big deal. We haven't gotten canceled yet. There's still a possibility, but with whiskey business, it's time to celebrate. And so with that, me and Preston, or I guess we'll take a shot. Grace will drink some kombucha. I'm going to be drinking some Elijah Craig. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 94 proof.
Looks pretty empty there. Good
How dare
indulgence.
you? How dare you? Elijah Craig, please sponsor our podcast. That would probably be
I
really
like
Elijah
the
fun.
Craig.
peanut butter one. What's the peanut butter one?
Screwball.
Yeah.
That's a
I
good
like
one.
that in a
Yeah.
nice bushwhacker.
Oh, that is good. Preston, what do you got?
Elijah Craig does not last long in my household. I have
Oh, shit.
this is just what I had on hand. But Evan Williams bottled in Bond. If you haven't
Mm.
had the white label, you need to try it. Very
Okay.
good.
I'm
Very,
not,
it's. I mean, it's. We've talked about it. It's very good, like kind of bottom shelf whiskey, but it's very good.
Okay, I was about to say Evan Williams, like it just immediately takes me back to college freshman
Right.
year, which
Yep.
I know I think both of you are familiar with my college freshman year. I have not been able
I don't think Preston is.
to
I'm
drink
not.
Evan Williams since oh my god. Try not to
That's where I gave.
projectile right
That's
now.
where I gave Gracie very bad advice. Apparently.
We don't need to get into that.
Yeah,
We don't need to
anywho.
get into that.
Anywho, Preston. I guess we don't need to do a pop the top, but we can give our ratings of our non-beer beers. Always good. Elijah Craig. That's a 9.6 in my opinion.
Man, that's Elijah Craig is hard to beat.
Yeah. No, it's very good. It's very smooth. Very good. All right,
Evan
Gracie.
Wil-
I need. Oh, you got Preston.
I was about to say bottom bond 8. I mean, it's just good.
Good.
You
Gracie,
probably
how's the
wouldn't be able to. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it.
Okay, that's good advice. I'll take that.
Who is Elijah Craig? Do y'all know his lore?
He is related to who is Frodo? What was his last name? Elijah Woods.
Elijah Wood. Oh my god.
Yeah, they were separated at birth twins, and where Elijah Woods went on to go and be Frodo, Elijah Craig went on to make very good whiskey. So they
Elijah Wood comes up in this in my presentation later.
that I am just blown away about what that's going to be. I cannot wait for that. But I need to know what Gracie's rating of our kombucha is before we move on.
So it's good. It's good. I accidentally left it out, and it's not supposed to get warm,
Because it
so I will
ferments.
not be drinking it because I had a sip of it like a week ago, which is gross. This one is unopened, but
Okay.
it tasted like battery acid.
Oh
What?
no, that's delicious.
What? Oh, DJ, get out of here.
Is that
Sam, can you-
anti-fan TJ?
This is Anti-Van DJ trying to steal my spotlight.
He has
I'm
not
the
listened to any of the
star. I'm the
podcasts.
star. Get him out of
here. What was the rating? What number? Just give it a number.
I mean, if I have one, I'm like good to go. So I'd say that makes it like a 9.
A 9. Ooh, okay.
I don't know how. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Gracie, the point of journalism is being honest with everybody. We cannot have We
My
cannot rate
palate is
beers.
not refined.
with-
I like kombucha. It's good for my tummy. So
There
it's
you go.
got all the benefits.
There you go.
Would I choose it? Probably not. I'd give it a 7. I'd give it a 7.
That's honest. That's
But
honest.
I
That's
would
what you gotta do.
recommend it.
Okay.
I'd recommend it.
It's good. It's good. I'll take that.
Mhm.
Okay. And so enough about the beers. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel the burn from Elijah Craig welling up inside of me, which means that must mean we are ready for our question of the day.
Go.
So Preston, please cue the noise. You can't see my screen, so I'm just gonna tell you when to stop. Go. Okay, yeah, that's good. It's good. Would you shut up? God. Damn it. Okay, Gracie can probably answer this question too. What do you personally consider to be the best console and why?
Interesting. Anybody have any initial reactions?
I'm ready to go. All right, I think I read this question
know.
back in June. I think personally the best console ever created is the PlayStation 2. Here's why. It might be a hot take because people, this fucking
Not at all.
nerds from Nintendo going, how dare you not pick the N64? It's classic. Fuck you. Here's why the PS2 is very, very good. Yeah, the PS1, which was good, it was fine, but it didn't compete with the N64. The next generation, great. Some of the best, most classic games came from it. The credit card, not credit card, memory card. It introduced online play. Xbox did it better, whatever, what the fuck ever. But it had the best games. It still has sold the most consoles out of any console unit in
Does
existence.
it still hold that record?
I might be wrong. I don't care.
Let's see.
But I think the PS2 is the best. I had the most memories from a PlayStation 2. PS3, can't remember. PS4, whatever. PS5, love it. PlayStation 2 has some of the best games I ever played time and time again. Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Perfect.
Pause. I want to say this is why you have such bad eyesight. Because when we were kids, Will's face was like glued to the television.
I needed to see what was going on the screen. They had these 3D graphics.
Blue light. That's
We
why
didn't
you're
know about
blind.
blue light back then.
Exactly, and that's why.
And
you
now,
can't
what do we do
see.
for work? We look at computer screens. all
Yeah,
day.
I was just setting myself up for the future.
That's right.
Okay. Getting glasses early.
Can we still consider Wikipedia a reliable source?
Sure.
Yes.
So PlayStation 2 units sold 155 million. That's in first place. Second place,
Okay.
Nintendo DS at 154.02
Ooh.
million.
That's what I was gonna say.
Gracie's saying the
Let's
Nintendo.
go.
Sam wants to show his beer of choice.
Let's see.
What's Sam's
okay.
beer choice?
Non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic
Handy popped the
Blue Moon.
top. Ooh. Man, we should have gotten him for Tipsy Trap earlier. Wait, what's your rating? Tell him to
What's
get his
your
bitch ass back
rating?
here.
Get your bitch ass back here, quote Will.
0 out of 10. 0 alcohol, baby.
You hear that, Blue Moon?
10.
Terrible non-alcoholic beer.
No,
Terrible.
he's saying because 0 alcohol. We're just thankful.
That makes sense. That's very creative and funny. How dare you? I can't wait to have him on the podcast one day. I'll make his day. Superfan Sam. Anyways, Gracie's vote was the Nintendo DS. Why was it the Nintendo DS?
Nintendogs.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew that.
I
that was-
kicked ass at frisbee.
That's when we.
Our parents were getting divorced. I needed an escape, and
That
then
was
Dad-
before the divorce. That was before.
No, okay, no, this like right before
They wouldn't give it. They wouldn't let us have a dog.
They wouldn't, and then what happened? They got divorced, and I got a puppy out of it because I wrote Santa a letter saying Nintendogs wasn't enough. So thank you, Nintendo DS.
You're thanking Nintendo DS for having our parents divorced.
No. For why I got a
Getting you
dog.
through a hard time.
Yeah. It's not as morbid as it sounds. I got a puppy. Oh, I got two.
Got a virtual. When was that?
I got a puppy.
That was around
It wasn't a
Hurricane
real
Katrina
one, but I
time.
got a puppy.
Yeah,
when
I
the-
got multiple.
Yeah, that's true. How are they
You
I
doing?
had a
it?
yellow
I could
lab.
get-
I had a beagle.
You could get corgis. I wanted one named Chester so damn bad.
Do you think your
Um,
Nintendogs are still alive today?
Oh God, well, I don't want to think about that. I don't even
When
know
was
where
the last
it is.
time you fed your Nintendo?
I don't know.
I can imagine
Like,
their virtual rooms just
15
covered in
years ago?
shit. The one dog's
It's
like,
been years.
"Won't feed
Who?
me."
I mean,
He's just
it would
over there
make you feel
limping.
bad.
He's skinny. You can see
They
his
get
ribs.
hurt.
He's immortal.
They
He
do get
can't
hurt.
die.
Yeah,
He
that's
just
true.
suffers.
I just remember thinking those graphics were like pristine. I didn't know anything about graphics. I didn't know anything about anything. But I was like, this is a good game right here.
Oh, there you
Teaches me
go.
about
Gracie's,
responsibility.
Gracie's game of the year. Preston.
I should have gone into sales.
Preston, what do you think is the best console ever made?
So I'm on me and Will are kind of the same when it comes to that.
Mhm.
The PlayStation 2 was the best, or the best, but like currently, I think the PlayStation 5 is probably my favorite, just with amount of games that are at your disposal,
True.
and just the quality of games, the quality of the hardware, and the ease of play.
I mean,
I think it's my favorite right now.
I'm with you on that. The access now, because I think there was a decent backwards compatibility going back to the PS4. Like I'm able to, like before Last of Us Part 2 remaster came out, I was still able to play Last of Us Part 2 from the PS4 on this, and like they allow a lot of PS4 games. But then where they're going with streaming and everything, having the access to PS1, PS2 games, and PS3, it's streaming. Not my favorite, but I do like the capabilities of the PS5. And
If we're going to go nostalgia, PS2. I mean, like it's
Mhm.
like there's a lot of nostalgia there, and then grew up into the Xbox 360, but that was only
Are
a
y'all
brief
into
jump.
GameCubes?
I love the
play GameCube.
GameCube. GameCube's great. It's easily one of the best.
The best biggest younger brother energy I can give is that mom had to get a second GameCube for me and Charles, my brother, to play with because we were fighting so much over like playing Zelda Wind Waker.
That is hilarious. Wait,
Yes.
what color was yours?
Question.
Ours
Black?
was purple.
Was it?
Yeah,
purple
mine
or
was
was it
black.
silver?
Mine was black.
No, ours was purple. Well,
I can't remember. Oh, I think Gracie's right. I think it
I
was
think you
purple.
wanted silver and you got a purple.
Yeah, I was just happy to have it. Luigi's Mansion when it first came out terrified me. That game for children terrified me. I was a little bitch boy. Still am a bitch boy according to some people. Super wife. I got a cramp. Oh shit. Ah.
You really got a cramp?
Ah.
Will, drink
God, give me a
water.
second.
You're 6'7".
Jeez
You
Louise.
can't not do that.
You're 6.
It hurts so bad. It hurts.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Oh.
What?
Edit
Did
this
you go for a
out.
run today or something?
No, I'm just
he did
me.
not go for a
I'm just
run. No,
I'm
he
just
did not.
kidding.
Oh,
My
shit.
name's
He's like, I
Ian.
unloaded the
I'm on
groceries. That was
drugs.
about it.
Ah, God, I had a cramp on my quad earlier this week, and it hurt so bad. Oh God, I need to get. Anyways,
Man, get some bananas.
this did not. The worst part about this is how I just said I'm a little bitch boy to some, and this just confirmed
I
I'm
know.
still
I
a little bitch
thought
boy.
this was a bit at first.
Wait,
No, you get hurt so
wait.
much.
So did PlayStation 2 that played DVDs, right?
It did,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, Preston, insight onto who Will is as a person. We're
I'm
just gonna
wondering
go.
Give me
So-
the dirt.
This
Give
was
me
a
all the
mistake.
dirt.
This was a mistake.
Will is clearly a feminist, and I know this because we had a Spice Girls DVD.
It was
a Spice
VHS,
Girls-
you moron! How
Oh,
dare
shit.
you?
Well,
How
I'm
dare
still
you?
gonna bring it up
It's
because
just
it's all together. And
I-
Will would beg for us to watch this.
I was in
And
love with
apparently
Baby
not on the
Spice.
PS.
Baby
She
Spice was my
Baby
dream
Spice
girl
is a
back
good
then.
choice.
I
She's
think
a
it
girl's
sounds like
girl.
this might have been his eye-opening stage. You know
That's
what
when
I mean?
That's when I realized I loved women, especially
I
Baby
like women.
Spice.
And choreographed dancing. He loved choreographed dancing from a young age.
So Grace is gonna bring up I did show choir.
I
Oh,
loved choreographed dancing. I wish I was good at it.
I'm not
And Will,
good.
they needed boys in the show choir, so
And-
it worked out.
Press a little context behind the choreographed dancing too. So growing up, I was very quiet. I know it's hard to believe right now because I'm a little bit more open.
Don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah, exactly. But my family just assumed with me to be quiet, and apparently Gracie says no. They knew you like to dance or whatever. At my brother's wedding, they first saw Fun Wilson, where he started to dance, and exactly, he started
They
dancing.
first saw.
Yeah, that's when they first saw me
Okay.
dancing. But then,
Okay.
at Gracie's wedding, so everyone heard about it. My Aunt Lee had been telling everyone, I was like, yeah, he dances. He's like this 170s show. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. But she tells my grandmother, and we'll call her grandmother to keep her name out of the internet's mouth. 'Cause I'm pretty sure she would not love that. But she
don't
got
care.
okay. Anyway, Sissy told my Uncle Jeffrey to go get him, and so Uncle Jeffrey comes and is like, "Hey, Sissy needs to talk to him." Like, okay. She brings me in close, like, "I want to see you dance." She's from deep Alabama and everything. She's got that southern
I don't see you
twang.
dance. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
So I had to go up to the band after they're playing these nice, like, kind of like bluegrassy kind of vibes.
They're
Gracie.
bluegrass covers of like
Mhm.
stuff.
Anywho, so I told him like, "Hey, can you play something a little bit more funky?" And as I'm saying, it's like I sound like an asshole right now. And like, "Yeah, dude, we're playing from our funky playlist." Like, oh fuck, they think I'm a loser. He goes, "No, we're just fucking with you." They proceeded to play a bluegrass version of Billie Jean, where I'm the only person on the dance floor, busting a move, and I think now my family's just gonna tell me to dance every time we go out in public with them. I don't know.
You did get the dance floor going.
Preston knows I love super bass. Now the whole world knows I love super bass because I busted a move when that song came out. Thank you.
Oh my god, I did not have a playlist really ready to go because I thought the band was gonna have one, and then my Wi-Fi wasn't connecting. So super bass plays, that's fine, and then we have Lil Jon. It was not censored.
Get
it was really
low.
bad. Sissy left.
Sissy was front and center
Wow.
watching people twerk and
Skeet
skeet motherfucker. Oh yeah,
I did not know what skeet meant until recently. I was listening to a podcast.
What does
We don't need to
skeet
talk
mean?
We don't need to get into that. Anywho, let's move on from the question of the day.
What does
It's time to gossip. Gracie, this is usually where we talk about Preston's WAP. But if you're confused about what that joke is, you're not a true fan. Anywho, Preston, what do you have to bring to the table today?
I'm looking up what skeet means.
No, okay, I'll go next. I had a couple of stories I wanted to.
Oh
God! My first story is back on track. This one was a little bit more
How
fun.
did Sissy know what that meant? And
I don't want to know.
wrong?
Probably Jeffrey told her. I don't know. Anyways, my first story is a company managed to find a way to play Doom on their lawnmower, which led me down a rabbit hole.
On their lawn.
Yeah, no, it's only for available time. I think later on they're gonna patch it out or whatever. But that led me down a rabbit hole where I found out that people it's been like not really a meme, but it's a big thing in the gaming community where they try to see what all they can play Doom on. And the thing that blew me away that they could play Doom on, which is take a guess what you think it is. It's very wild and it's very crazy.
Can be lawnmower. What?
Someone managed to find a way to play Doom on a pregnancy test.
What in the world is going on?
I know. Nerds are crazy.
On a pregnancy, I don't
a
understand
digital
what's
one?
going on.
A digital pregnancy test. Of course, it's
Like
a
with
digital
a-
pregnancy
with like
test.
With like an Arduino? Like, what's
I
going on? How do they
hate
hook up something like that?
Science. Quit it. Y'all just do your spreadsheet.
Do they
It's
need like
amazing.
real pee to
Do
make
your
it work?
chemistry.
No, they hook up like a small little like phone keyboard, like one of the like a sidekick back from the day. I don't even know how they did that.
No, I
That makes no
hate them.
sense. But my real story I want to talk about Helldivers II again. Second podcast in a row. Where so Helldivers had a lot of issues getting started. It's a great game, but they didn't expect it to be that great. Like, so their servers were only for a small group of people, to which you got the entire world, which is like over 800,000, 700,000 people. So they upped their server capacity to 700,000. And that was on Friday. It's like, that's the last update we got. Hopefully it'll work out for the weekend. And got an update via Reddit today, how the CEO of Arrowhead, which developed what the fuck's it called? Helldivers 2. That's embarrassing. How he said, like, we had no issues on the server. Everything worked perfectly this weekend. Well, not really perfectly, but like better than last weekend. So I thought it was really good. I thought it was a nice little good news story.
Yeah, last week I was trying to get into. They had an update and it kicked me out. Then I was trying to get back in, couldn't. And so, but then this week, I really like Helldivers. The biggest Helldivers just gets in its own way when it comes to like connectivity problems, server issues. But I think the gameplay loop, we probably leave this for another time. But like the initial gameplay loop is like, this is weird. I don't understand it. But then like the more you get into it, it's like it's very unique for a shooter. Like it's very unique.
It's just like
stratagems. It's like you can't just spray and pray. Like you got to you got to play the game.
Little strategy, yeah. I think what keeps me coming back to it, because you essentially play the same missions over and over again.
Right.
But even like you get a good crew or even random people on the internet, like there's a way to keep it fresh, especially when like you accidentally kill somebody. It's like, oh fuck, they're dead now. Oopsies. It's just it's a lot of fun. Like I don't like. I'm not a big multiplayer guy, but I'm a big fan of this one. I'll keep playing.
Me
it.
neither. I think me and Will are very similar in our video game preferences, and I very rarely play online games. I did a lot of Destiny, but I'm starting to ramble. But I really like this. It's kind of tickling that itch. But they need to iron out that like the multiplayer aspect. Like sometimes like I start a game and then all of a sudden people are joining and I'm like, I always wanted to play solo. Like
I think that's part of the quick play aspect. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
I don't understand that part. Like,
what?
Do they just see that you're playing online and they can just join it?
Yeah, you have to figure it out, like which ones you can join, but then how to open up your lot. They need to make that a lot more clear because it took me a while to figure it out. And sometimes I'm still like, are people going to join? Like, I don't know. Like, it's great that they have matchmaking, but then like I'll be sitting there, I'm like, is my lobby open? I can't tell. Like,
I think matchmaking's still a bit broken too.
I think they'll figure it out. But once they figure that out, it's gonna be really good.
And kind of tying that back, did you see, Preston, that Warner Brothers, they recently were talking about the failed expectations of Justice League Suicide Squad kills the Justice League.
They're like, yeah, it's a bad game. We're sorry. Our bad.
What do you do in it? Like, is this just killing people?
Essentially, yeah. But like, apparently the story's really good. But outside of that, it's just there's nothing to do. It's repeat. It's a lot of redundancy, which it's a live action game, or is that the correct phrase? Live action game.
Live action.
Game as a service.
That was like
live service game. It's a live service game. It's where they're going to continuously pump out like content and everything, but in between each story point, it's the same missions over and over again. So it's very redundant, very boring. And it was I think it was doomed from the start because they had a lot of issues getting off the ground to just do this. And I think they got a little too big for the britches after Hogwarts Legacy because that did really well. And then they just thought,
the same people.
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I would be into Hogwarts Legacy, but only if they could have a normal year.
No. Hogwarts Legacy, you would.
I think you want that until you actually have to Oh, I mean, actually, given your preference, maybe
I love them.
I think she would like that. Yeah.
Get it
just
on...
have a very lore rich. So would you want to go to school every day and just learn about lore? And
yes. I studied abroad at Oxford, not because
sick brag, Gracie. Sick brag.
No, okay.
Ooh, I wore robes to exams.
No, that's literally why I like that you had to wear robes, and I thought it was really fun.
Robes. Go to a prestigious school.
No, and the professor I worked under Will knows this very well. This is not a humble brag. He's in prison, so it's not a humble brag.
He sold artifacts to fucking Hobby Lobby. It's hilarious.
We do not talk about that.
Bleep that, editor.
It's fine. But no, I would like a game where you just got to run around. You got sorted and you just got to hang out and have a regular year.
You do have the game allow you to sort you into a house, or you can choose which house you want to go into. So I think I think it allowed me to it chose Hufflepuff for me. Should have probably done that, but I went Gryffindor.
Screw that.
Slytherin,
baby.
I wanted to see what they're cool. But the cool thing is, Gracie, because when you see the movies, you've only seen the Gryffindor common house, while Hogwarts Legacy allows you to see all the common houses of all the different houses and everything.
Oh, that's fun. I like that. I hope I worry about Slytherin people getting a bad rap.
Well, they are evil. So, I mean, I've seen the movies.
They're not. They're ambitious.
Ambitious and being racist.
Are they?
All right.
Okay, mudblood is a racial slur.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I'm right. Surprised they didn't bleep that in the movies. Anywho, we've gotten off.
Have you ever seen Tosh.0's? Tell me if you're offended by this. Have you ever seen that?
Are you talking about
he gets like a
The
group of people. They're like he gets black, white, Latino, Asian.
spoon face. You're
and-
insulted by
Spoon
spoon
face?
face.
Like what's spoon face? Like it's just he just puts these random words together, and it's just like I'm offended by that.
He's got a new podcast out, and it's actually not bad.
It's hilarious.
It's a much tamer version, and I love it. Because you still get like all the good parts of Daniel Tosh without it being like, oh, he did a lot of offensive shit. He made an
He
Oscar
still
Pistorius.
does it, doesn't he?
Occasionally, he made an Oscar Pistorius joke, and then he said, "I'm sorry, that was insensitive." I'm like, look at this man learning. He also talked
I
like
know. I'm shocked he apologized about that. Isn't that guy like a murderer?
he is a murderer. He's out. He's out of jail now.
I was thinking of Oscar from The Office. Pistorius, the little
the
spr-
South
yeah, little,
African runner.
little Tintin.
Wait, oh my God, yeah, Preston, you did track in college. I would
Yeah.
think that would.
Well,
be the
yeah, it's
first
like
thing
that
you
rings a
would say.
bell. Like that rings a bell. But I was like, what is? Oh, the little Tintin.
Oh my God, the Tintin.
Okay. Anywho, Preston, what was your story that you wanted to bring to the table?
I want to announce that Elden Ring is getting its DLC finally after 2 years, but it's gonna be coming out June 21st.
Ooh.
I'm kind of the guy that likes to go in blind. I really enjoyed Elden Ring and I was super excited for it. So I haven't looked up too much on it, and that's kind of on purpose. I like to go in blind on these kinds of things. I
Did
know
you
I'm
watch-
gonna play.
Did you watch the trailer?
No.
Oh, can I spoil one thing for you from the
Yeah.
trailer? You can do kung fu in fucking Shadow of the Erd Tree. Dude, there's one where it's like you're just punching. I'm like, ooh, I might get into this.
Oh, well, they
That
have
sound-
like you can do like heavy fist weapons,
Mhm.
like where you just kind of
It's a lot faster. It's more kung
Ooh.
fu. Yeah, looks good. Very excited.
yeah. So I'm excited about it. And maybe we'll get into it and we can actually.
I
play
might,
it.
you know, I did Stormvale Castle, and then I got to Rhea Academy or whatever that is.
That's tough. That one's tough.
Is it? God, that sucks.
Yeah, that one's tough. So maybe if we kind of got a co-op thing going, then because I kind of want to do another playthrough, because
Mhm.
usually with the DLC, usually you kind of have to do kind of an obscure thing inside the story or inside the game itself, like go talk to this person in the middle of the game, and then you can go to the DLC. So I was thinking about just doing a fresh playthrough. So maybe we can do like a co-op thing, and we can kind of.
I might be into that. I'm into that proposition because you can then guide me on throughout my life. That'd be great.
Yes.
I'd be into that.
There's a lot of cheese at the beginning whenever I was initially playing it, and I took full advantage of that.
I love some
But-
Gouda. I'm into that.
Little Gouda, little Gruyere, little blue cheese.
Fuck you, Gracie.
Wait, question. So, like, I hate these kinds of games. I've like watched Will probably my whole life because he gets scared. And
do.
asked me to
It's
watch
true.
him, but not
He
this
gets
game.
scared.
specifically. But
He's-
with Sam, I'll watch him. So, do y'all know? Like, are y'all just clicking A, B, 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 triangle, or like do
Along
you
with it.
know combinations? Like in Super Smash Bros, y'all
Damn it, Milo.
allegedly.
It's a little bit of
No.
both. It's a little bit of both.
Okay.
It kind of like Super Smash Bros. Is in a whole different league where it's like that's years of experience and the same gameplay.
Surprisingly, yes.
Yeah. That
Yes.
game I feel like is hard for someone to get into because like for us, like for me and Preston, Gracie, I'll throw you in there. It's easy for us because we played it
Mhm.
so much. We know the basic moves. However, if you're like brand new to it, you're going to get your ass beat every single time.
Yeah.
I mean, I played it since I was a kid, but I still
Mhm.
was like, I didn't know until I think adulthood. Yeah, that's probably a personal problem.
So
Probably should have noticed, but yeah, I did not know.
you're talking about more of the Dark Souls stuff, or you're talking more about the Super Smash Brothers?
Dark.
I'm
Souls.
talking more like, yeah, Elden Ring or whatever. Like, does it prompt you what to? I just don't understand. I think the video games, like, it would stress me out. Like, I would not remember what combination is what.
Right. So it sounds it's, the franchise is not known for being like a kind of relaxing series.
No.
So you do need to know what does what and be comfortable to be just be instinct. Like you don't need to. The second you hesitate and you have to think about it is when you die. So
Okay.
you need to
Yep.
become very familiar with your weapon. That's why it's kind of like a personal bond. Like you find a weapon and you get really familiar with it. You know exactly how long the initial strike takes. You know how long the second one takes, but the third one that takes a little too long, so you need to back out. So like sometimes you can get in a quick jab. So like some of these weapons they get in quick. Some of these weapons take in a really big initial strike, but they do a lot of damage. Then sometimes you can do magic, and so there's a lot of nuance to it. But you have to find what's comfortable. The main man, Sam.
It's Sam. He's probably playing something.
Sam the
Oh
man.
God, I didn't see it. I was busy looking at
He's
his
just
text.
mad he's not on this.
Sam,
What
we'll
is he
get you
saying?
on.
Phoebe. Okay. This answers some questions.
Okay.
Yes. So yes, you there is a thing called panic rolling inside
I knew
the
it. Yep.
Dark Souls. It's where you just like you're about to die, you're low on health, and you just completely panic and you just panic roll, like so you just completely dodge away really quickly,
Mhm.
Oh.
and usually die. Is panic rolling. You usually die if you can control. Even if like you are really low on health, if you can control your panic, usually you'll do a lot better than if you panic roll.
And that's why I don't
Okay.
play the game. Well, anywho, I hope we all learned something. I feel like Gracie learned a lot
That
about
was
Dark
fun.
Souls.
I enjoyed that.
I
Good questions,
did.
Gracie.
Sorry, I had questions.
That was good.
Yeah.
No, that was fantastic. That was great.
Okay,
good.
yay.
That's
I
good.
just, yeah.
Anywho, it's time for some. Milo, shut up! I allowed you in here. Be quiet.
Don't be
Anywho,
mean to him.
He's mean to everybody. It's time for some
He
silly
is.
goose gaming. Now, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Why? What game are they playing? What is great? Why is Gracie here? All great questions. Well, for silly goose gaming this episode, me and Preston aren't talking about a game. Instead, Gracie's going to be leading a discussion on Animal Crossing: New Horizons for the Nintendo Switch. Yes, this is a major ruck the fuels, but as some of you will know, Animal Crossing Animal Crossing is a story-based game. Well, no shit, Sherlock. We're trying different things. Instead, I've asked Gracie, who has logged about 205 hours into Animal Crossing, so it's essentially like a pro in the Animal Crossing world. I think maybe, I don't know.
I'm
a
like an
novice?
amateur pro. I
That's
looked it
fair.
up. People like 200 hours for like maybe 1 year. And I'll get into this. But people are like logging like 600, 700. Like and they're only doing like 30 minutes a day. And I'm like, how? Sometimes I get anxious about it.
Dedication.
Like, Will, when you said you weren't doing it. But no, like I could be there. And I've played under a different person before on our like I don't know how technology works. I was trying to help my sister-in-law, but yeah, no, it's not enough. I could do more. For sure.
So Gracie's in the G League of
Need to bump
Animal
those numbers
Crossing
up.
world. Bump those
Gotta
numbers
bump
up. Those are
those
rookie
numbers.
numbers. But she's going to give us a
Right.
presentation on Animal Crossing in hopes of convincing Preston and I to either pick it up and or continue playing it.
No, you
But before we get started, like always, I like to give some background about the game. So about the game, this is when y'all can just look at your phones or whatever, or chime in whenever you want. About the game, Animal Crossing: New Horizons is a social simulation game developed by and published by Nintendo, released in 2020. New Horizons marks the 5th main entry into the Animal Crossing universe and Tom Nook's real estate empire, and has a Metacritic score of 90. And Gracie, for context, 90 games that have a Metacritic score of 90, it's very rare. So this is yes, Preston, you can go to the bathroom. It's a very good score. The general overview of the game is that a player takes control of a character who moves to a deserted island after becoming convinced by Tom Nook, which is a fucking wild animal, a gosh dang raccoon, to buy a getaway package. Not getaway package. Players can then further develop the island by helping Tom Nook complete certain tasks, as well as paying back their debt to the thievius raccoonus. That was a Sly Cooper reference. It's a very niche reference. If you didn't get that, sorry. Looking to the overall gaming mechanics, New Horizons is essentially played in real time, aka the settings based on the time of day, what hemisphere you're located in, and even the seasons. You'll have access to numerous resources as you begin to customize your own character and island as well. You can also recruit other animal creatures to join your island by visiting other smaller islands around your island via using Nook Miles. Not to mention, there's an online component where people can visit your island and vice versa. You can visit theirs. That's what vice versa means. Anywho, this next part may feel entirely unnecessary, but there's some info about Nintendo. Yeah, Nintendo. The bastards who invented Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Smash. The smartest people out there in the gaming industry. They do whatever they fuck they want. That's called power. But here's some cool facts. Nintendo is a Japanese video game company based out of Kyoto, Japan, and was originally founded in 1889. As previously mentioned, they're best known for creating some of the biggest games ever made. But they didn't start out making video games until 1977 with their first game, Color TV Game, which I believe that it was on Wikipedia, and then later gaining recognition with the OG Donkey Kong. We all are very familiar with Donkey Kong. In fact, before video games, Nintendo was known for producing a handmade Hanafuda playing cards. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I did my best, Preston.
Hamafucha.
No, there's an F in there. There's no ch. It's
There's
a
a
Hanafuda.
lot of syllables in there.
It's a lot. But since the 1980s, Nintendo has sold more than 5.592 billion video games. That number feels a little weird to me. And over 836 million pieces of hardware. Shout out to Wikipedia, of course. But it's Nintendo. We already knew who they were. So let's get into some of the fun facts about Animal Crossing New Horizons. Releasing in 2020, aka the year of our COVID, it was surprisingly a great move as New Horizons went on to sell a huge number of units, making it the second highest selling Switch game. The world needed this game more than they knew during COVID. And to put it in perspective, I think the highest selling Switch game, which may have changed since then, was Breath of the Wild. Fantastic game. New Horizons was actually a platform. Another fact. New Horizons was actually a platform for Hong Kong protests where players added anti-China banners and posters saying "Free Hong Kong" to their islands. Go Animal Crossing. That's fucking sick. Another fun fact, Gracie, you probably will have some issues with this one. This is what I found on the internet. All male rhinos are in New Horizons. There are no female rhinos.
That's like not even true. I saw that.
Well, this fact is no longer fun. I can't believe
She's
this.
like, bullshit.
Yeah, she said it's
I got a girl named Renee.
Got a girl that got receipts.
She was my first villager. So bye.
Anyways, Animal Crossing New Horizons actually has a number of different references to The Legend of Zelda, Shakespeare, and even our man Dan Brown, the Da Vinci Code bitch.
Really?
Animal Crossing New Horizons also has won 10 awards, with some being Game of the Year, Family Game of the Year, and this one was a little shocking to me, which doesn't make sense because of the previous fun fact. Best game in China. Yeah, fun facts. These are cool fun facts. But now it's time for Gracie. I'll give you the reins.
Okay.
Tell me about Animal Crossing. You can share your screen whenever you want. I'm so excited not to talk. The fucking font.
Stop. Get out of here. All right, my husband keeps trying to watch. Oh, yeah. How do I play? Oh, I see.
Oh, this
good.
is.
I'm good.
I love
I'm
this
good.
already. I love
I'm
this so
good.
much.
Oh, why?
I want gratuity.
Oh, I forgot I accidentally put a transition on this.
What do you want to be on the podcast?
No, bye, TJ. This is my time to shine. Okay. All right. So get out. Get the dogs. Get the dogs. Sorry.
Such
It's
chaos.
like
This is
All
exactly what I wanted.
This is my presentation. It's called Animal Crossing New Horizons.
New
a
Horizons. So the most recent one, right?
It's a memoir. Yes.
I've been playing for a
memoir.
while. It is my memoir because it is my life most of the time when I get home from work. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. What is it? What it is?
What-
It is
what it
Nintendo
is.
Sims, basically. So it's really cute. It's a sedate, relaxing world you control. It's a game that rewards small chunks of play instead of doing the whole World of Warcraft that it wants you to play like 5 hours at least at a time. Animal Crossing and Nintendo said that's not truly that healthy, so we're gonna do like 20 minutes. You get a bunch of rewards, whatever, and it's also better than therapy. Testimonials
And cheaper.
It is cheaper, so we will definitely get into that. It's better than therapy. Me to everyone I encountered. To the listeners, I'm reading off everything that people have told me or I might have said. So, quote, I think I'll get a Switch and quit therapy. My grad school roommate last weekend. This is my World of Warcraft. Me, after listening to a podcast about someone in Norway who might have killed a lot of people because he would play 15 hours a day for 5 years. Neither here nor there. I finally feel in control, me to my therapist before I quit therapy. I woke up at 5 a.m. so I could harvest my vegetables and dig for fossils before work. Me on my productivity after Animal Crossing. And then I can't believe I've played this for 8 hours today. Me on a warm summer's day. And then finally, normal life, but fun and cute.
My favorite part about this, it's all Gracie's testimonials. Besides your grad school roommate, a murderer.
People know. People know.
Reddit.
It is testimonials. Shut up. I'm in charge.
10 out of 10, 5
Disclaimers.
stars. Gracie
It is
Thomas Nook.
truly the best. All right, so disclaimers: better, cheaper. Who's to say? You know your own mind. Maybe don't quit therapy if you shouldn't quit therapy. But it was fine. It was fine. All right, so regarding Thomas Nook, there's a bunch of memes out there that's like, he's gonna break your kneecaps if you don't pay. No, his limbs come with no interest nor deadlines, and so he will not, in fact, break your knees. But it's just kind of fun to pretend. We do wish that, like, you know, we had that in real life, so it's real life without all of the stress. But he's still a bitch, though. He's still a bitch.
He's still a bitch, though.
So why did I get into it, guys? I don't really know. You know, so I'm the kind of person who would start Harry Potter, you know, movie or book, and I would just go, God, this year, could they just stay out of trouble and just why is there consistently so much trouble for children in that series? I don't understand J.K. Rowling. So yeah, they stressed me out. What would make me watch them? And I think that there's just anxiety. It was just like compounded. And so, but I'm into like Harvest Moon. You could ride a little horse, and Sims and shit. Love that. Honestly, I don't even like Tetris because it's so stressful. I mean, it took, you know, like decades for like a little 10-year-old to finally beat it. I don't understand why that has to happen. Why do they stack up so quickly? I don't get it. And they don't fit into everything. Then why do they make the shapes? Why do they make those different shapes? So also I saw an old man playing it on TikTok and thought, yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need right there.
That's it right there.
That last bullet.
Oh, and then I found a dead body and was like, I need a distraction. So
what? Quick,
can we go back? Don't you dare go to the next slide.
No, it's fine. We'll get to it later.
Life happens, Preston. You just gotta keep on trucking and find a distraction. So I named my island after my husband, because he was desperate for me to find a hobby. He was just like, God damn it, she's gotta quit bugging me. And I was like, I need to put my creative energy into something, and I need to control something because I feel like I'm out of control. So you know, if you are looking for control, Animal Crossing is where it's at.
I'm looking to be out of control, actually.
You want to be out of control?
Yeah, I have too much control in my life.
I feel like I had a whole slide about this. Sorry, I have 2 screens up, and I was trying to like get to it. So we're going to talk about the cores, and that is design. So I am ADHD. So I could not focus on one thing. So I have different areas on my island. I will not show you because it's not ready. And I've been working on it for going on 3 years. That's fine. I'm not here to defend myself, but I will show you if you want to see at the end. So cottage core is really popular. Berry core, castle core, city core, flower core, horror core, elegant core, kid core, winter core, farm core, island. I have all of that.
Island.
I'm trying to build an irrigation farm. I bought a tractor. I bought a bulldozer. I don't know. Do they do anything? No, they don't. It's really pissed me off.
I feel like I have not scratched the surface of this game.
You have not. You have.
Oh my goodness.
All of my social media is about Animal Crossing. And I stay up till like 1 a.m. every single night trying to perfect one area, only to be like, that was a dumb thing. And I destroy it in the morning. So let's get into the cores. All right. So I'm going to give you all some visuals. We're going to start with cottage core. I really love this theme. I love how woody it is.
It's cozy.
DIY, very cozy. These do not picture all the mushrooms. But like if you go on TikTok cottage core for Animal Crossing, it's a lot of that, a lot of baked goods.
How the fuck did people make that? I don't have time for this. How do they do that?
Impressive.
It's a lot of layering and perspective, and we will hit on that, especially when we talk about the city core.
We will circle back on this.
Yeah.
Yes, we will circle back on it. So the layers. So I have recently redone my neighborhood. So I wanted different areas, and I said that's freaking stupid because they're not doing that on the rest of like Animal Crossing, like internet, whatever. So you kind of the trend is to put them all in one area, but like these layers. Cottagecore is kind of fun because they each have their own little yards or whatever. This little moose guy, I love him. I don't have him.
I was just about to that moose guy. I don't know that guy.
I don't even know his name, but trust me.
Given I only know like 2 of them, and I don't like either one of them.
There's so many.
I know about the owl.
City core, as you will see when we talk
Jesus
about
Christ.
perspectives and layering,
No.
very important. And so, like when you move, like this one has like no waterfalls and like no what. I mean, there's like one
buildings
canal
like that.
here.
That's like
Uh-huh.
Amsterdam
Okay.
looking.
So you do like panels, and then you download. So we'll talk about that. So you go. Pinterest is a great place to see because you can see all the codes, and then you have to buy like a specific designer app for your phone on Animal Crossing.
So this
like
is
your phone
modded,
in Animal Crossing,
basically.
Yes, and I've done this. So but you also get the ability to like customize things that you can buy. So like these telephone boxes, but like these buildings back here, those are panels, and that you can just like build up and like put with a wall. I've done that, and it looked like trash. I have no idea how people make it look so
People are
much
very
better.
talented. Yeah.
It's so annoying because I've tried. I've spent hours in it. It looks like ass, and then I delete it, or I destroy.
Ass.
So
Yep.
this one is definitely for people who are good with tech and making things look like they're not.
So not me,
I don't know.
Preston.
It's good.
Yes.
It's good. And then like these roads are all customized except for the one like in the top left corner. Those you can just like buy. But yeah, like
bottom
you got
left and
Miami.
top right, it look really good.
I know, it's so impressive. And one day we'll get there. That's probably 2 years away if I stuck with one thing. This is Fairy Core. I personally love this one.
All right. That's a vibe.
It's so bright and happy, and you got these little glow things. You have to like shoot them down from the sky to make a lot of these. It's really annoying. But you can also go into people's dreams. So like in the old Animal Crossing, you would go to sleep when you wanted to like turn off the game and save it or whatever. This one, you can go explore other islands, but only in your dreams. I did not know that you could not bring
I didn't
the
know that
stuff
either.
home. Yeah,
I didn't know you could do that.
You just can't bring the stuff.
Inception.
home.
Okay.
And so like the new thing with this Animal Crossing also is like visiting islands. Like you fly via Dodo
Airlines via Nook
or
miles.
you get Cap'n. Cap'n is great, and you also use like it's half the miles, but you take a boat out, and so you can get glowing moss and vines. But like the fairy core stuff, a lot of it you have to like shoot down constellations. Maybe not. I don't really know. I don't really know how they get all this, but a lot of this is going to be
shoot down
like,
constellations. I've shot down balloons.
No, you can do that, but at night you can look up in the sky and not a constellation, a comet. Maybe that's the right word.
Like with your slingshot.
I don't know if that's what you get to get the Stardust. Let me look that up. I don't want to get canceled.
We don't have time right now. Keep going.
Oh, okay. I'm just assuming you get that because all the star stuff, but a lot of it is like downloadable patterns. I really want those moons. Okay, so horrorcore. That's another popular one.
Horrorcore.
Pentagram.
Wars.
You got skeletons.
Oh, I like this.
There's the Japanese horror movie core up there. That's really scary. You can get a pumpkin carriage, all sorts of things. There are a lot of DIY recipes for these, but a lot of them, again, are patterns. But I really like the moon. I like how witchy and scary it is.
My wife would be all over this.
Yes, it's very fun. And just like if you commit to a theme, I think it's easier. But again, it is very fun. Each island is its own. I like to do different sections. Anyway, mine is like my whole section is like Barbie Farm. And I love it. And I wouldn't change it, except I would every morning I wake up. So any questions about
my
this?
own cool world?
No.
No questions. No questions.
No questions. Please
No questions. Continue.
Okay, so this is the best builder I have according to the internet. His name is Sherb. He wears a sweater. And then
I go with the sweater.
And sometimes he wears the
goat.
bandana like if he's working real hard. He is level 1 or tier 1 according to this one person on some forum I found. Dare I say the goat? That's what he is because he's also a goat. There are a bunch of different personality types. He is lazy, and so I think there's like 4. There's lazy, peppy, smug, I think there's also cranky and jock, and then normal. So
Sounds
that's more than
awful.
4. Well, you can
So
collect
each-
and sisterly.
So
Mhm.
each villager can have their like different personality based on
They
who
all
spawns
have a
in.
different personality type. And so
Mhm.
you get like a base. I think you get like a sisterly and a jog and something else. But I like the lazy ones because they're just the cutest. Some
Yeah.
of them can be really rude, and I'm trying to like run those out of town right now. But then I feel bad because the things you have to do to run them out, I just don't feel right about it. And then I forgot, like, so I've been hitting one guy on the head with my net, and I thought it was his shovel that you had to hit him with. It's not. So I've been accidentally talking to him, so now he thinks we're friends, and we'll get into that
Damn.
later. Yeah. So, but sure.
Dang, Agnes, take a hint.
So I did not plan well in the beginning. I've
Interesting.
spent an ungodly amount of bells, which is our currency, on deconstruction of ridiculously overpriced bridges and staircases that my hard-earned bells have paid for, and not the fucking tax bells of these soul-sucking lazy-ass villagers. And, oh wait, can I cuss on this?
Yes, you can.
I've been saying fucking
Okay.
shit the entire time.
I wasn't paying attention.
No one
And
does.
Tom,
You said goddamn earlier.
Hold on. Preston pays attention.
Well, that's good. Because I've been going. I guess you could have just bleeped it out. And Tom Nook's
Yeah.
inability to fucking put on a fundraiser, but God forbid he doesn't put on a celebration when I'm done paying it off. Because I did not time travel. A lot of people time travel so they can get, like, they basically put their money away in a bank and then they get the interest. No, I didn't do that. I was like, I'm going to do it the right way,
You
which
can
there
get
is no
interest?
right way. Yes, you collect interest on, like, so if you put like 100,000 bells away, blah, blah, blah. My goal is to make like 100,000 bells a day. I've like really done well on the produce area and harvesting my vegetables, blah, 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 blah. For what cause, I don't really know, because I want to pay off my house, but then I'll blow it on something stupid, like a mission control center for like my rocket, thinking that they're going to be synced. They're not. I paid so much money for it just to turn on and for the screen to do something. I'm so mad. That was a recent development on my island. But I'm moving on. I'm moving on from it. I have not paid off my house. My like loan is like $1.5 million bells. I'm mad, but it's okay. I didn't know how much it was going to be when I said I wanted to upgrade my house, and now I'm suffering for it. And that's
Gracie
okay.
just sounds like every millennial trying to buy a house right now.
But
Right, this feels
you don't,
so relatable.
This sounds too real for me.
No, it's not, because it's fun and cute. Real life ain't fun and cute, but
Nah.
it is here. So we're going to talk about the animals that I am currently trying to lure to my island. This is a chaotic slide. I'm sorry. So I really want Lucky. He is this mummy dog. I have to have him. You don't even understand. I have to have Lucky. I don't know what it is, but his house is themed like it's a graveyard. Maple is a normal character. So she's just happy to be there. She's a basic bear. Love her. Look at that sweater. I just ordered it and got it in the mail yesterday. The strawberry rhino, I'm after her. I'm gonna find Meringue. I need her.
Oh, her horn is strawberry.
It is. It's so cute.
That's so
Ham-
cute.
According
She's
to
a
my
strawberry
fun fact,
shortbread.
that's a man, not a girl.
Oh,
right now.
Meringue. Well,
Yeah, that's
Renee's a girl. If you tell me Renee is not a girl, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Oh, do you have a picture of Renee in this presentation?
No, but she is based on Rihanna.
Yeah, I believe that. Continue.
Okay. Hamlet is a dog. He's not pictured. Apple is this little hamster over here. I don't have a single freaking hamster. I just want a freaking hamster. Or a dog. Okay, so Goldie isn't. Cookie and Goldie are dogs. Cookie is pink. Goldie has been in every single Animal Crossing.
What is that fucking thing in the corner? The right hand corner. I don't like it. What is that?
What are you talking about?
The right hand corner?
Yeah, that's Apple. That's the hamster I was just talking about.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, listen.
You're lucky I didn't put Stitches on here.
I think you're lucky that you don't have that thing on your island.
And Coco.
If that thing was in Five Nights at Freddy's, it would fit right in.
Absolutely.
Y'all need to see Coco. Look up Coco right now on your phones.
All right, keep going. I'll
do love Coco. But she scares people, and that's Raw. I don't know how to say the penguin's name, but people like them, so I'm like, I kind of need them. Stitches is a smug character, and I already have enough smuggers, so I don't really like need another one. But
Smuggers.
I would take that one. I had in the past like Portia, Peanut, Pee-wee, Alfonso, and Ribbot. I covered them up because my computer was crashing, and I was like, I just gotta get those stuff on here. So weirdly sexualized characters. We don't have to get into this, but Anka.
I'm into it.
That's weird. Well,
Okay.
Continue on. Now, you got me and Preston's attention now. Klaus.
I don't really know why I made this slide. I think I was going to go into like every villager I had beef with.
All right.
I don't necessarily have beef with this guy. He's just so on the ranking of villagers, he's not highly coveted. He dresses like Julius Caesar. I didn't even bother to find who could play him. It'd probably be Bradley Cooper. I'm conflicted on if I should let him stay. He is better than the robot chicken I had. He wasn't a robot chicken, but he had a helmet. His name was Klaus. His voice was really scary. I didn't really like it. He's smug. I had too many of those. He had a funny theme. Or no, he was a cranky one. He was cranky. Knox was cranky. Klaus is smug. But Klaus's house is themed like a Roman bath, which is hilarious to me. It's not like the basic, like, here's my bed, here's a bookcase, here's a table. No. It's like a bathtub and pillars and stuff. But if I'm going to have a smug guy, it's going to be this squirrel named Marshall, but I already have too many, so I'm not going to do that. And these are my suggestions to Nintendo. I misspelled Nintendo. Updates. We're not doing those really anymore. We got the museum, and that was basically it. There are like seasonal updates, which we'll talk. That's the news that I have. With said future update that they're promising as of today, I think there should be sharks dressed in suits that Tom Nook sends after you for your loans.
That's hilarious. I love that.
I did. That's from Reddit. But hilarious. Animal Crossing news. So, we got Shamrock Day coming up, guys. So I hope you're ready to make some purchases. Get those Shamrock glasses. I know we just had festival. We did a lot of dancing. My island is covered in feathers right now, but we got Shamrock Day and Pie Day coming up on March 14th. So I hope y'all are excited. Spring is about to spring, whatever.
Spring's about to spring.
Yeah, no more camellia bushes. No, sprung sounded funnier. No more snow because I'm sick of. I can't build a snowman, and I'm not gonna Google it. I'm sure it could be easily explained to me on how you build a friggin' snowman, but I keep kicking it and it explodes, and it's really frustrating for me personally. And we'll get new bugs and fish. We're saying goodbye to the emperor butterfly and hello to the peacock one. The North Hemisphere gets different. So it goes literally like on what is happening in the world. So the South Hemisphere is in different seasons than the North Hemisphere, which is pretty cool. Right. I think in March there's fog at 7 a.m., which is really fun. It's just the nice details. Details go a long way. If you look at the clothes that we're getting on Animal Crossing, like I have a down jacket and down pants. Like it's just the detail. It's insane. And the shoe, don't get me started. It's incredible. So let's talk about if Samerica was a movie. So Lionel would be Kelsey Grammer. Lionel is honestly the next character out. He's the one who I beat with Net last night and felt really bad about because he got really dizzy. Renee, Rihanna, Owen Wilson would be Harv, who has his own island in this new game. So like he does photography and like asks you to model. But he's like a hippie kind of looking guy. He's a dog. So that would be Owen Wilson. Tom Nook, I meant to take Steve off for me because I decided Steve Carell would be Tom Nook. KK Slider, Dave Matthews. Yep. I was really proud of myself.
Yep.
Marshall the Squirrel, Thomas Brody Sangster. He's the kid from Love Actually.
Oh, he was in Game of Thrones.
Okay. And then Elijah Wood would be Lucky, that mummy dog, because he
related
played
to Elijah Craig.
And Colin Farrell, I think, would play me. I didn't spell his name correctly, so ignore that. Timmy and Tommy, so we would not Freaky Friday in this bitch. We would Parent Trap in this bitch. Would be played by Daniel Radcliffe.
That'd be a good one.
Those are Tom Nook's little nephews. And then Edward Norton, Blathers, the owl. in
Yes.
the museum.
Yep, I agree with that.
So, and then I think Dodo Airlines would be run by Nick Offerman
Be
because
funny.
he would do those little pop up in the movie to give us a comedic break. And I think Donald Glover would be the guy who takes your ticket. I think that
Donald Glover's not on the slide, but I agree with that. Yeah.
He's not on the slide. Red would be James Franco. He's that little fox who pulls up in that raggedy boat and sells you illegal things. He sold me one thing that was like the actual Mona Lisa, and then he sold me the wolf statue in Rome. Yeah, that was freaking fake. I was so mad.
Yeah.
Isabel would be Nicole Byers.
Who's Nicole Byers?
Nicole Byers. So she was on like Girl Code on MTV back in the day, and then she's just a comedian. She's on Conan O'Brien's like network for podcasting, but she's cool. She also has a podcast. Wait, I just said that. Okay. So Sable, who, sews stuff, that's Aubrey Plaza for sure. She's the back character. Mabel, so this is the Able sisters. Mabel would be Tina Fey. And Cap'n, who is the little fish guy or duck, I can't remember what he is. I think he's a duck. But he has the boat that will take you out for like 1,000 bells to another island to get, they have like the glowing moss and the vines. That would be Kate McKinnon. So now let me just give you some visuals. Let me know when you see it.
See it? Okay.
Who are you impressed the most by? Because I'm just impressed with myself, I guess.
Yeah, no, these are, these all fit. I see no issue with this casting.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you. I worked really hard. Okay, in a reverse Q&A, tell me your problems, and I'll tell you how Animal Crossing will solve them.
What is my problem? I'm bald. How can Animal Crossing solve that?
Well, great. So you can get a design app, and you can actually, in the game, change your hair any style you want. Any style.
I feel
you
like
want pigtails? Well, you can get pigtails.
Well, I feel like that's insulting to me because I can't grow hair. So I feel like I'd be.
No, it's not. But you can cosplay that you do in this game.
Okay.
Problem solved.
Okay.
Problem solved. Preston, give me a problem.
I can't seem to get my life together. How can this help me?
So you disassociate. You go into this world where you have total control, right? So, I get really anxious and where I can't do a task. But I go into this game and I go and harvest some vegetables. I go and I chop some wood and I create an item. And I'm like, you know what? I can create things in real life. And now I have a sewing machine that I might not have used yet. But I'm gonna eventually.
I can do anything.
You can do anything. It's a very empowering game. You don't need therapy. Okay, you might. But yeah.
You don't need therapy. You don't need Adderall.
Yeah, maybe you
Wellbutrin? What is that?
You start small in the game and then you just build up to real life. It's all about baby steps, and that's what Animal Crossing is all about.
Hey, that's let me do a little bit of reverse therapy on you. For us ADHD folks, small steps first. Not the hardest step.
Yeah.
Not the hardest task 1st. Easiest task first.
Yeah.
That'll get you warmed up, and you'll be like, I did this small task. I can do a hard task. There you go.
So maybe if you just incorporate this into your daily schedule, you wake up, you're like, I'm going to go ahead and see what Tom Nook is given a special on. He's going to pay double the price of whatever the special item is that they're going to buy from you at Nook's Cranny. And you just make 4 of them, and you've done a task for today. And then you're like, oh, I can go into work. I can make that spreadsheet. I can lead this meeting. It's all thanks to Animal Crossing. It's all thanks to Animal Crossing.
I like it.
Oh, well, are you not convinced? How can I convince you?
No, I can't commit murder in real life. How can Animal Crossing help me with this?
You can't commit murder?
Yeah, I'm too afraid.
So you can hit people with nets and push them away, but you can't really murder. There's a guy who will show up. Oh, that's who I meant to say Nick Offerman was. He was going to be this guy who Bill Murray was supposed to be this shrunk pelican who shows up. His name is Gulliver. He would have been perfect. I'm so mad I did not include him in that slide.
No, you're good. You're good.
So if you don't wake him up, he could drown. But you can't murder.
I got Gulliver. I got Gulliver, and I had no idea how to get him to stick around. And then he left, and I was sad.
You have to keep bugging him. You have to keep like, wake up. And he's like, I'm fine. No,
I'm
you have
fine.
to
I'm
keep waking
fine.
him up.
Not.
And then he
What do you
loses his
do with
little
the drunken sailor? What do you do with the
transponder. It's like a metal thing. You have to go find all the parts, and then he gets back up. But his whole ship doesn't like him. And so I think they just threw him off, and they were like, good luck, buddy. And he's like, I can't believe no one called saying I was missing. So, I mean, you could tell yourself that I did not wake him up, and he's just carried off in the sea.
Okay.
That's a little dark.
I really thought this game was supposed to be very relaxing, and that was bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know
why?
It
is relaxing because you
no, it's not. No, I
is.
was completely chill. I was shaking down trees. I was getting peaches.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting sticks.
Where'd
And
you go
the
with
next
this?
thing I knew, I was being chased by wasps.
Oh, yeah.
It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. Did
And
you have
I had to
medicine
run.
on you?
No, I had no idea what was going on. Next thing I knew, I got a busted eye, and I didn't know what to do. How do I get away? How do I get?
That's
around
where I
it?
feel
How
like
do I
it takes
just-
on the American health system where you have to pay to get the antidote.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? It should be free.
How do I
free?
defeat
Not
the
if you have
wasps?
a net in your hand. If you have a net, so when you're shaking a tree, you should always have a net in your hand so you can catch the wasp, and then you can sell them for 2,500 bells. So you make a lot of money.
2,500 bells. Yeah.
So
and
what if I'm cutting down a tree?
They're still. So I would always shake a tree before you cut it. Okay, fruit trees you don't have to, but if it's the pine trees,
Fruit trees, you don't have to. Interesting.
no. It's just the wasps are going to be in the pine trees. So just have your net ready. But I'm always chopping. But if I go to another island, I'm just kind of like blindly chopping everything.
I mean, if you do get stung twice, like you just kind of wake up at your house. It's not that
Go to
big deal.
sleep.
It
It's not that
scares.
bad.
It's scary. It scares
It does get really scary. I got stung last night. I was like, I thought I was a pro. But it can get you if you're like in the corner and you have to turn. And you can run away if there's a house nearby and they are home. You can get inside. But if they hit you with that, I'm out right now. You're fucked.
Big shelter.
They're gonna. If you have a wetsuit on, you can dive into the water. If you're on a beach.
So wear a wetsuit, carry a net. Got it.
Just spend more money and you'll be okay. That's all I heard from this. Okay. Do our questions need to be related to like what problems we have, or can we just ask you questions now?
Oh, you can just ask me whatever. I'm done with my reversing now.
Okay, perfect. All right. Is there a Mrs. Tom Nook?
No, those are his nephews, Timmy and Tommy. So as far as I know, he might be macking on Isabel, but I don't think she's that kind of lady.
Oh, I had a follow-up question too. What's the deal with the sexual tension between Tom Nook and his secretary Isabella?
We don't really know. I think she's oblivious. I think he's too old. I think he's just because he's been around. I think she's a good, wholesome woman, and she ain't got time for him. I think she is like the cream of the crop of the island, but she didn't really leave her little post. She didn't leave her post.
Does Tom Nook leave his post?
Only if I'm done paying off a bridge and he wants to have a party.
So most of the time he's in his office with Isabella.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all I need to know. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for answering my question. Thank you.
Read between the lines.
Yep, that's all I heard from that. Okay.
So speaking of Tom Nook, is he a how do we feel about him? Is he really just a capitalistic slumlord?
Yes, but I mean, again, there's no deadlines or interest, but he doesn't you pay for things without really agreeing to them. It's like already too late when you're like, yeah, I'm going to upgrade my, you just don't.
He's like, what you really need to do is upgrade this house. It looks like crap.
Yes. And you can only do one thing at a time. It's like, but I have to pay to move other people's houses. And I mean, he helps facilitate those conversations, but really I'm like the rich person. I run that island. And so I get annoyed when he gets credit. Everything's named after him. And it's like, are you sure, sir? I'm the one who's using my hard-earned airline or my miles and my bells. And so, I mean, he's not, I can't say he's a slumlord because he doesn't charge interest, but it's just me. I think he just has it out for me. I mean, if anyone who's their own person. But
But he does gaslight you into thinking that you need bigger and better.
Mm.
yeah, it's like I've earned it. I've earned it. It's celebrated. And then people are annoyed with me when I'm like working really hard. They're like, "Wow, you just like don't have time for us." And it's like, "Fuck off." I see a thought
I'm
bubble
working.
and I go running because they got their own problems. They're like, "Can you come over?" No, I'm building a new like creek. I've got to figure out how to make a heart-shaped pond. Screw you. No.
You can
And
change
there's
that
too
kind
many
of stuff.
flowers. It's so and like I'm all by myself. Like work, like it is a lot. I get stressed out when I see the flowers. Like my mountain Seattle area is what I used to call it. Can't even touch it. It makes me so anxious because I'm like, these people will
perfect.
not help me and they get in the
Oh.
way. They get in the way. Like I'm shoveling, get out of the way. I'm trying to put an item down. I think I'm harboring like some resentment towards fictional characters though. Sure.
Okay.
It happens.
Yeah.
Shout out Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I have two questions. I have two questions. One is related to what you just said, Gracie. Do the villagers contribute at all to the island, or are they just kind of there to take up space? Sometimes. Okay. Good.
So you can do like city ordinances. So
Mhm.
like, help me pick up trash, or I can make it, I guess it's like inflation, but you can make prices of everything higher, but when you sell things, it's like the return is higher. If it's like picking up weeds, you can do that too. But
Okay.
I kind of need those sometimes if I'm like making hedges. So I just don't like people to touch them. See, it's all about control for me, but I will still like hold it against them if they're not. Sometimes they do pay for bridges, but it's like they might donate like 25 bells, and I'm donating like 250,000 bells.
Okay.
And
So
then they
can you
like will come through.
expand the island? Like it seems like there's a lot going on for like a
You-
little island.
So like the area, not like you can put things everywhere. So like my beach is built up. Like I've developed like a boardwalk and have like little shops. Okay, my dog is having a really good time in the corner. Stop it! Stop it! He's just chasing his tail. So he doesn't do that normally. So you can like the surface area that you get. So like you pick your like island layout. And originally I picked one that like, because you don't know how to cross rivers yet. You don't want to do any of that because you haven't built a bridge. And so I did not plan well in the beginning. And I'm just suffering for it. My life is so hard. In Animal Crossing, but it's fine. And so oh my God, I lost track of where I was going.
I hate when that happens.
You can build up, like, so sometimes like a cliff might be in the way and you can like destroy it. So you can give you more surface area for whatever you're trying to build or whatever area. I am learning that like, so I'm like big on the perspective, like having like waterfalls, like kind of be tiered out and like having different like activity areas. Like here's a little picnic area, or here's a little fake restaurant that you can't really buy anything from, but I already made this food. So here's like a little station. You can have like a game room, like a gym, whatever. So you can expand in that sense, but like you will never get like the ocean like surrounds you.
The ocean is the ocean. Gotcha.
I have a question about Mr. Nook. Do you believe he has ever been to Epstein Island, or do you think he is on the guest list?
He's definitely on the guest list. I cannot confirm.
Yes, I could tell.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's just strange.
Cannot confirm or deny.
That's fine.
He's been pretty silent. He's been pretty silent, I would say.
Okay. Follow-up question: bestiality, yes or no?
I think it happens probably, but I mean, I think my house, like, I have like a cat tower, and it's like, what is this about?
It's a little concerning. You're the only human on that island with a bunch of animals who are also humans, which makes me believe that there's a nuclear holocaust that's happened in that universe where humans and animals combine to each other to make this atrocities against man.
Well, there are like robot, like, so nothing is like
robots.
Really, like there's like robot animals. It's weird. Like there's like a robot, like I don't even know what the creature is. It's unique. But there's Kiki on my island, which is my sister-in-law. Her name is not Kiki.
I thought the same thing, Preston.
So I don't think there is. I don't think anyone's in love with me. I think they just all want to be my friend because I have money.
Money.
They always try to get me to buy their stuff. They overcharge me, and then I'll take pity on them. They're like, "Ha ha!" I'm like, "Okay, Tian Cheng, I'm coming for you." He was the monkey that was supposed to like revitalize the monkeys for Animal Crossing because they just like haven't been hitting it. And guess what? He didn't. But I won't kick him off my island. It's really hard for me to kick off someone from my island. But I really want to kick some of them off.
Okay. Preston, for the sake of time, I think we can ask a couple more questions. Is that good with you? Do you have a couple more questions?
My next question was fuck, marry, kill. What you got?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Good question.
That is so inappropriate. Okay, let me.
If you don't want to answer the first one, that's fine.
Okay, maybe friend. Well, friend.
Friend,
Marry,
marry.
kill.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so I think. Okay, kill. Maybe does it need to be like my current villagers or just like
can
in
be-
general?
In general.
Somebody
in
that you
general.
have a beef with is fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I would kill. Kill Mint. She's this little
Mint.
snooty squirrel I have. I've been
Snooty
trying
squirrel.
to get a different squirrel, and it's not happening. I would marry Lucky, that dog, the mummy dog, because I need that mummy dog.
Yeah, fuck Mint.
If I had gone with
bitch.
what the internet is saying, I would have effed Anka, but that just feels icky. So I will befriend Coco.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Got
I
it.
would befriend Coco,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
the weird cookie bunny.
And then I think my last question that I want to ask, I'm looking up right now. Oh, got a lot of questions. Which villager sucks the most?
Oh my god.
Freaking Mint.
Oh, man, yeah, I
Mint-
got some other questions answered.
Man is a bitch, but let me see. I have like my current ones, they're all ass according to online. Hang on. I have a list somewhere. But I only get like the worst ones. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say this one named Wilson.
It's interesting you
Wilson.
said that because that sounds very close to my name.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Do you know what he looks like?
I got my answer. I got all I
That's all I need. All right, thanks, folks. That's it for today.
All right, this interview's over.
I'll share the screen. He's
Oh
a
god, it looks just like me. We're ending this.
Is he bald? Is he bald? Please be bald.
If he's bald,
Please be bald.
God, I'm gonna be so. Gracie, start sharing the screen.
See?
It looks exactly like
That looks
you.
exactly like me.
It looks
God,
exactly like
dang
you.
it! I'm so pissed. God. Okay, that's fine. Preston, you have any other questions?
That's all I got.
That's all you got? I learned all I need to know about this. So
I hope y'all are thrilled to start playing and we can visit each other.
and so first,
You
usually we
can
give it.
see all of my accomplishments. I have a car and a yacht.
Oh.
Mhm.
So, all right. So usually what we do, we rate the games on an ambiguous rating. We don't do a number scale. It's just kind of what first thing that pops into our mind. But since we're going with a presentation, we're going to rate your presentation, and then me and Preston will say if we're going to continue playing the game or not. So, Preston, are you ready to give your rating, or do you want me to go first?
Go first.
I
Miss
think
America.
I think this is a bundle of slightly green bananas. And then there's reason for that. It's like, I say the presentation is very good. And then I know that it could lead to better things once the bananas have ripened. So it's kind of like my gateway. I just got to wait to get into it.
What does that mean?
That's what it means to me.
It's ambiguous.
You don't listen to the podcast. Sam would understand.
You're a
that.
bitch. Just say
You-
you're gonna do it or not.
Okay, you know what? I get that was a good rating. That was a good rating of your presentation. I enjoyed the presentation. I thought it was very good. So fuck you. I can't believe I gave you a platform and you're gonna do this to me. Very good job on the presentation. I very much enjoyed it. I think I might hop back in.
There we go. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
all I needed.
Fucking jeez,
Your
God.
viewer or your listeners need to know yes or no. Marketing 101. I never took it.
So you did anthropology. What the fuck do you know about marketing?
I was business for like 2 years. Get out of here.
Anywho, Preston, what's your rating?
I'm looking forward to kind of getting back into it.
Yes.
I have learned more about. I didn't know it got so deep. Like there's a lot going on inside all this.
I've lost.
I don't have a rating. But
Oh.
your presentation was fantastic. I really liked it. The font
Okay.
and the execution was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
I liked my
I
rating a
worked
lot.
on it.
Hey,
You what?
Gracie, any closing remarks before we adjourn?
I think you should play it. A Switch is cheaper than 2 years of therapy.
Okay,
So-
it's good to know. Good to know, especially in
Yeah.
America.
Disclaimer: I'm not a mental health person. I am a glorified travel agent.
She's hardly a person. That's correct. And that's that. It was a different episode, but a fun episode. We like to thank Gracie. Gracie, thank you very much for coming in and dedicating a lot
Thank
of
you very
time
much.
to making this
I really
presentation.
enjoyed this.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Well, thank you for coming on the pod.
having me.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll do it again someday. Maybe I'll leave you in charge of creating an island for us, and then we'll come back and give it a good rating. I don't want you to delete your current island, so we'll figure something out.
Okay.
But yeah, if we made money on this podcast, I would share it with you. But until then, all we can do is a pizza party, or at least a high five. We don't have money for a pizza party, so you're getting a high five. Yep. Virtual high five.
Yay!
But before we go, please be sure to share this with your friends, family friends, and the neighborhood bully. They might make fun of you, but you'll never know. Actually, the neighborhood bully will for sure. I got another cramp. Oh, God damn it. Oh, God.
Really?
How is it
Ah.
that freaking extreme? How?
Like always, if you're a new
How do you-
listener, please. I don't know. I just bent my leg in a weird way. If you're a new listener, please follow us on all our social media, no matter how shitty it may be.
God.
Join in, engage with us on X. Call me a bitch if you want to. That's funny. I'll block you. That's also funny. But if you got direct feedback from us, please reach out to our email and send us a nice or a mean message. But at the end of the day, the podcast has to end. And unfortunately, Gracie will have to leave us. I hope you've enjoyed. Preston, how long have we been going for?
Let's see. We've been going for hour and 45 minutes. That is
Hour and 45 minutes. That's a good
That's pretty
episode.
good.
Yeah, of us talking and everything. And with that, good night, everybody, and kiss, kiss. Hope you had a good time today.
Oh, God, Will.
What? I was just kissing our listeners good night. They might listen to this they might listen to in the morning. So yeah, I take it back. Editor, mark that. Gracie thought it was too cringe. Preston enjoyed it, I think. XOXO. Preston is still the gossip girl.